money always feels so good. Spending money always feels so good.
Hello, welcome everybody, Pugs, David, Shantae, Vulcan, how is it going everybody? Thank you David and Shantae for the subs, very much appreciated. See, we're in a hype train now, so that's cool. Anybody who wants, a new emote or what have you, hype train is on. So yeah, I'm glad to be back. Had a fun trip. I'm tired. I'm starting this a little bit lower energy than I maybe would prefer, but I had to drive somebody to the airport at 3 in the morning, so I'm a little tired, but we are going to push through. All right, so I hope this saves the settings, because I turned it down, but this might be like the loudest thing you've ever heard. But I really wanted you guys to see this intro, because it's fantastic. Okay, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud as shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, so this is the level of volume it was supposed to be, but don't worry about that. We ready for the Waifei or Waifu Peninsula? Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be cool to have a new place to explore. So this is official? Yes, this was officially made by KFC. So yeah. This was back when they were doing all that weird stuff. Instead of like making better food, they were like, what if we made a video game? You know? But I don't know. Twitch is gonna ban me on this one. Like, you can't be throwing DILFs around in the chat, you know? I mean, you can in my chat, I don't care. But what's up, Roxas? Welcome in. Alright, so I don't know if this is one of those games where they will, like, you know, say the name you put in.
Spending money always feels so good.
Yo, Smitzel, 8 months. Thank you for the sub. 8 months of howdies. Howdy indeed. Yeehaw. Welcome in. Thank you so much.
Spending money always feels
Yo!
so good.
Neurotic Cosmic, thank you so much for the
Spending money always
Tier
feels
1
so
sub,
good.
and Smitzel, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Very kind of both of you. Thank you both so much. Hype Train level 3. Alright. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Very much appreciated. It's officially another bear in town. Oh yeah, I'm hoping for the 3 bear special on Zenless. 3 bears for 3 Z's. I also got Vivian. Nice. Alright, so, for our name. I personally am a big fan of naming yourself Bitch when you play games like this, because then sometimes the NPCs will be like, Bitch, what's wrong with you? Which is, I think, very funny. So we're gonna try for that, and it may not end up resulting in anything, but we're gonna go for it. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. See BTS over here, and a chicken. Apparently likes getting downgraded, I see. Seen that or not? Oh, you mean degraded? No, I just think it's funny. I'm seeing that her last name is Banshee. I thought she was a vampire. The whole group looks kind of vampire-y. That's, you know, you would be forgiven for thinking that. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Dude, I would kill myself if this was my alarm. Oh my god. Throw the clock out the window. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Oh, I fucking lost? I didn't know you could lose. Alright. We'll try that again. Anyone playing Oblivion Remaster? I'm not yet, but I did love Oblivion. Actually, if anybody's playing it, let me know if you know of this glitch. I used to use it all the time when I played. You could hold a paintbrush and then pause, and then unpause and like drop it, and it would freeze. And you could like make a stacking platform of paintbrushes. Let me know if you can still do that, if any of you know about that, because I absolutely love doing that in the original. Thought ZZZ was going to stick with not orientalizing the Chinese characters, but we got a whole region of traditionally dressed Chinese characters. I'm especially hyped for Zhao, the bunny. I don't think I've seen Zhao yet. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. It makes sense. I mean, that's what they do for Genshin, right? Is, like, different regions of the world. Oh my god. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. It's a little bunny with an axe and super cute. Nice. I mean, at the very least, I appreciate Zenless's commitment to, like, unorthodox character shapes. So that they're not all the same, like, 3 models. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. I feel like if I pick this one again, I'm just gonna, like, sleep through the school year again, so I need to take it seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You know, we'll do typical anime protagonist kind of thing. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. Yo, hype train complete. Thank you all for participating in the hype train. Here's what I got. Headbanging cat. Alright. Thank you all very much. It's the anime voice. Yeah. I'm never gonna get to do it for a real anime, so I might as well. Did not get anything on mobile. I don't know what's up with Twitch and like why their mobile is just like garbage compared to their regular one. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Hell yeah. Here we go.
Good morning, bitch. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives?
Actually, I'm...
Because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous? Okay, a lot nervous.
What's the...
It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail?
Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Also, Devil May Cry anime is great, but all the fans hate it. We started DMC 3 and halfway through 5, so I guess I'm not a fan. Yeah, I mean, it's just the same thing that happens with any adaptation that deviates too much. It's, you know, people have ideas of what they want the characters to be, and if it deviates from that, people don't like it. I personally wasn't the biggest fan of it. I'm also not the biggest Devil May Cry fan, though, so, like, you know, the big thing I think that made it a problem for people was, like, the idea that some of the demons are genuinely just, like, normal and, like, good people, you know? It's like, that then paints Dante in a really weird light, being, like, a demon slayer, you know? So it ends up reflecting poorly on, like, the hero of the story versus, like, you know, the whole thing. I do agree that there's, like, a way to do it. You know, it's just one of those things, like, people are always gonna want their thing to be the way it is and not like it changed too much. It was a cool race allegory. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch too much of it, just like when my dad had it on the background, so I wouldn't know, really, but to me it seems like kind of the same thing where, like, the X-Men race allegory falls apart, where, like, in real life, different races don't have magical superpowers that they can use to annihilate an entire country, but, like, the X-Men can, you know? Like, there's a reason for people to be afraid of mutants in Marvel's universe, so it doesn't work exactly like a one-to-one thing, you know? But, I don't know.
Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day-only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up.
Thought people were angry because Devil Trigger plays for the final battle instead of a Dante battle theme. It is weird that they used, like, a lot of Nero stuff, including the Nero voice actor, but not Nero the character. Like, it is kind of weird. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Oof. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Let's do a pep talk. I think gossip would just make her more nervous.
Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower, and that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own.
So can we actually date Colonel Sanders in this game, or only date women? I don't know. I'm not sure if there's like a lot of paths in this game. But we'll see. We'll find out. I want KFC now. That's genuinely probably the whole point of the game. Like...
And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all.
As you tuck Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease.
You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself?
You can definitely believe it.
I cannot believe it.
Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground.
Hey!
It's... Ashley? I'm just gonna say Ashley, because this is like... It's Ashley, your arch-rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it.
Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave bitches' shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins.
Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone.
If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us.
Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man-Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes.
Van?
You rang.
You've never been...
Sorry, got that mixed up. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious.
I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now.
Or, I'll do Patrick Warburton for this one. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge.
Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers.
As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Yo, who the fuck? Okay. I'm not sure I even have a voice that can fit this little fucker. Patrick Warburton's son voices an HSR character, but he got his father to be the character in the Kronk voice. Isn't the Kronk voice just like his regular voice, basically?
Oopsie. I think it's broken.
You reach forward and easily pull the door open.
That should do the trick.
I love you.
I think you mean thank you?
My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old.
Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Give the little brat a stupidly deep voice for fun. He should have had the Warburton voice.
Hi, Pop. I'm Bitch. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day?
Nope.
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Is it just me, or is he kinda cute?
Miriam, no. No, Miriam, no. He's not. It is just you. What the fuck?
I think it's just you.
You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Yo, who the fuck is that? Who's this guy? A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of class. Adorable. Now, quiet down, everyone.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL.
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Ruff! What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
I'm chilly. Someone close the window.
And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still.
It's him! It's...
Oh, if it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles, sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong.
And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot.
Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely.
Hold on just a second! Nobody talks to my friend like that!
Can I say the D word again? Yeah, this is a DILF safe zone.
You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when bitch sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer.
Take a moment to clean yourself up. Ugh. I had a session earlier, so I'm a little talked out. We're all good, though. It's a good thing that you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food.
And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech.
Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss...
Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher.
Everyone stares at him blankly.
Does no one remember me?
You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. I mean, if you're eating a KFC biscuit for breakfast every day, yeah, you're probably gonna get sick. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind?
I mean, we're playing Colonel Sanders, right? The chicken's gotta be the right move. Don't give him a treat. Well, that's not really an option, I don't think. I feel like the chicken's the way to go. This is a chicken game, right?
You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it.
A rubber ball isn't a treat? I mean, it's like a treat for playing with, though. I would be more offended if somebody gave me a rubber ball versus some food. Because at least food is like, oh, you might be kind of hungry. A rubber ball is like if someone took keys and was like, oh, is that fun? You enjoying that? Be like, man, fuck you.
His favorite. Well. I think there might be some competition for the new star student.
Hell yeah. You guys don't know shit. The chicken's always the right answer.
The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool.
Ah, gross.
You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain.
Hey bitch, there's still a seat here.
It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me, if you're interested. 2 good options, but which will you choose?
I mean, we're trying to fuck the Colonel, right? Like, sorry, I know bros before hoes and all that, but like, I gotta get the Colonel, you know? Gilf. don't think he's supposed to be that old. I think he's just got white hair.
You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn.
Thanks for offering me this seat.
I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something.
Gotta get his secret recipe. Gilf Yowie is the best. I mean, I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum, but I gotta say honestly, it is not my favorite. Just, you know, straight up, I don't know that I'm ever like, yo, Gilf Yowie, that's the shit. But you know, if that's what you like, more power to you.
That's so inspiring.
A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast. It's time for a pop quiz.
Yay! A quiz about me.
Dude, I fucking hate Pop. He sucks.
This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
Yeah, fuck you, Pop. Pop looks like he needs a fucking shower for sure.
That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to...
Forest is to tree as chicken is to... feather, I guess?
That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created?
A spork.
That's right. What food is best for a broken heart?
Camel meat. Maybe. I've never tried camel meat, so that could be the comfort food I've been waiting for. I've eaten horse, but never camel.
That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy?
He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He's the best boy. Totally get that Gilf Yowie ain't for all, but definitely objectively better than spending with Pop. Oh yeah. No, I mean, if I had to choose between Gilf Yowie or hanging out with Pop, easy choice. Pop fucking sucks, dude.
That's right. Your total score is...
Perfect score, 5 out of 5.
Wow. Be honest, did you cheat?
You look up... Oh.
You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, bitch. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating.
Dedicated. Dedicated to cooking. Dedicated to cooking. Same thing. Yo, this looks nicer than any KFC I've ever seen.
A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good.
Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was...
Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement.
Hey, I was...
It's about lunch.
Everyone cheers. Damn, what objective proof here that naming yourself bitch is best choice. It works in every Pokemon game, so, you know, it's what I always name my saves. But then sometimes you end up with like Fire Emblem where they don't call you that, so then my save file was just like called bitch for no reason. Do Pokemon games allow it? They definitely used to. I don't know if they still do in the modern era, but definitely if you play the old ones on like the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, yeah, you'll like walk by your rival Gary Oak and he'll come up and be like, "Bitch, let's fight," you know.
Everyone cheers.
But I... Shh! Lunch, lunch, lunch! She said shh.
In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
That must be the smell I smelled.
Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this?
Colonel, I don't know what that glitching is about, but this might be haunted.
Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept.
I've never had KFC. Yeah, you're not missing much. I mean, to be fair, I don't like chicken, so maybe my opinion is not the best to take on that, but even the people I know who like chicken and like fried chicken pretty much are never like, gotta go to KFC.
Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that.
What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. Well, I guess it's chicken tenders. Yeah, I mean, once you fry chicken, it's all kind of the same thing.
He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn.
Love that face. You know who he looks like is in, what is it? Zatch Bell? Or in the manga it was Gash Bell. There's a dude in that who has a pompadour like that gets cut, and then it's in a heart shape for like the rest of the series. He looks exactly like that guy, and I don't remember his name. I barely remember anything from Zatch Bell, to be honest. It was a weird series.
You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach.
Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender.
You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he's destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself.
That bitch. I'm gonna take her down. Colonel Sanders is mine.
She doesn't look cute when happy. Her head kind of turned into like a weird dumpling shape. Hey, what's up, Master Dwarf? Welcome in. Enjoy the lurk.
Oh, please.
Well, Van the man. If you don't want any, I'll take his.
Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed.
This is the most interesting kind of corporate shilling ever. It's a pretty good marketing strategy. Like, who would have guessed that just making something that people find funny and interesting is a good way to get people to talk about your stuff?
Easy now. There is enough for everyone.
Spending money
Please,
always feels so good.
Please, my fellow classmates, dig in.
Yo, Master Dwarf, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 9 months. Another stream, baby. Down in the books. Actually, that's ASMR time. Okay. We can do that. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let me... shit. Alright. Let me just turn that down a little bit.
Alright. I think this is a good volume. Is this good for you guys? Louder? Quieter? What's the vibe?
Thank you for the hydrate, Shantae. ASMR Sanders.
You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension.
Oh, we're doing food wars now.
Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly.
I want to learn about his heart. Swim towards the light? Is that going to kill me? I kind of want to see what happens if I do this.
Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense, you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach toward the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer, closer, until your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no bitch now. There is only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot.
Yeah, alright, so just straight up died. Alright, here we go. We're back. I'm gonna learn about Colonel Sanders' heart. 'Cause you know what? Learning to be a good chef, not nearly as important as boning down with the gilf Colonel Sanders, who is probably like 19, but still.
The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly.
What a guy.
Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same?
Bro. This is literally like the main character's gay awakening. He's like, am I allowed to love a man? What does this mean for me?
After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence.
Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second.
Anything for a fellow chef.
What exactly was on that chicken?
How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal.
Bro, what is that staff? That's fucking rad. He's got like a custom fucking chicken pimp cane. That's sick. I want one of those. Also, if he can like already make food this good, why is he even here? Why doesn't he just go do it, you know? That waste is snatched. You do have, as the kids say, I believe, slutty hips. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. Bro, that's the most... Could trade secrets.
What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other.
I don't like that face he's making at me. He's like disgusted by us. It's fucked up.
He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent.
You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun?
You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use cocaine. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Cocaine? Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched.
Because he's the star student, you need a culinary license. My cousin-in-law switched to cooking after working in football, and he still has trouble with his culinary aspirations. You need a food safety license. I know that. I've never heard of needing a culinary license, but that's interesting.
While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him.
Dude, poor Colonel Sanders. He's just trying to live his daily life as a student, and you keep harassing him. He literally left, and you're like, I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna find him.
You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated.
It sounds like you have big plans.
I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that.
I think that is good for the ASMR.
Colonel Sanders is kind of talking like an anime villain right now. Like, if he looked... Okay. If he looked slightly more evil than hopeful, he would absolutely be like the villain. Literally, I will leave my mark on this world.
Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength, wow him with a big idea, be modest but thoughtful. Colonel Sanders is a man who wants someone modest and thoughtful, I think. I don't feel like he'd respond to the other things, because he already has the perfect blend of 11 herbs and spices, right? So he's not going to need me for that. And this is just incel behavior, so I'm not doing that one.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food.
Now you've got his attention.
The flavors were complex, but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect.
I appreciate the compliment, bitch.
I'm sure you'll be a big success.
I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you.
Bro, you've never even tasted my cooking, though. You don't even know what I make.
We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
I mean, if it's just that in the background, I would need more ingredients than that. Just like a fuck ton of eggplants and lemons.
Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. With your signature adorable tiny food creations.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders.
Damn. I mean, look, we're doing anything to get this gilf bussy, but like, that's fucked up. Poor Miriam. How awful to be like, I'm so nervous about having to cook. Good thing I've got my best friend here. And you just fucking ditch her ass. Oh, so there's no Miriam Dateline? It's possible there is, but by not choosing her earlier, maybe I'm locked out, or maybe this is just genuinely like, you only date Colonel Sanders, and that's what it is.
Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner?
Sure, bitch. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice.
Oh, I am so sorry, Miriam. I am so sorry. Just go with the robot. Go with the robot. He's such a better choice. You doomed her. Look. You can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. And a culinary academy is the place you need to learn that. You know? Look, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to fuck Colonel Sanders, alright?
Hello, new partner. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose.
No, Miriam, you should know who to choose. Oh, thank God.
It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever.
Bro, friend duties? I fucking doomed her to this.
Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner?
Clank, absolutely. Oh my God.
Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today.
It's okay. I already ate.
It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth.
Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet.
Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him.
Tissue? I hardly know you.
Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection.
See? It's all gonna work out for the best. I'm gonna fuck Colonel Sanders and she's gonna fuck this oven.
Looks like you two will be fine.
Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. All right, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders?
Miriam's gonna bang trash. And yet, still a step up from Pop. Steak tartare, octopus. I mean, we gotta go with the mashed potatoes and gravy. That's a KFC staple.
I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes?
And gravy?
I couldn't imagine one without the other.
Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away.
I'll go get the potatoes.
No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off of my man.
Did someone call for me?
Yo, theme of Van Van? I think they got Metallica to do this theme. Oh shit. Never mind, it was Dragon Force all along.
No, jeez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing bitches' dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember?
Oh, poor Van Van. Bro, what the fuck is going on? This is like Undertale.
Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends.
Or Amori. Yeah. I could see that.
Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no. It looked like Bitch was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was, gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular.
Why do you just have a sticker that says Ussy? What the fuck is that? Where did you get that from? Is that... Alright.
But, Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station.
Yeah, that's the perfect emote to use, Smitzel.
Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together, like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense.
Bro, Colonel's pissed. Look at him.
Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out.
Found it, it's called Rivals League. Nice.
Ashley's really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly.
Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie. Fuck Miriam, she's fucking the oven now. We gotta go for Colonel Sanders. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay?
You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page.
I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right?
A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Bitch as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it.
Gotta stay with Kronk, Ashley. Honestly, not a bad number 2 to have to be with.
Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Bitch's natural talent or their loyalty.
Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere.
I know just what to do.
Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still.
If you love something, set it free.
Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
And then they smooched. Nah, that's not coming till probably the 3rd day.
Van Van! Do something!
Oh.
Do something!
I thought she was like doing a Van Van joke, but alright.
Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, bitch. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Uh-oh. Colonel Sanders is gonna be pissed we got him in trouble. Fuck you, Pop.
Can I hash potatoes, face?
I don't even know what that means.
Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand.
That's definitely a JoJo pose.
Mashed potatoes with gravy. Pathetic! In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus and my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors.
I mean, it looks pretty good. I gotta say. Also, that's a pretty sick battle axe.
You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy.
The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It's been eaten. I think I left something in my oven.
I don't feel so good. It killed him!
Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth.
Yo. Maybe he'll die.
Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They're as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. Ope, there goes gravity. Ope, there goes Rabbit, he knows. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds.
So he's genuinely just like so disgusting that he can't die from poison.
I'm not sure the professors here make enough money.
He's too stupid to die. It's not a bad power to have.
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here.
Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home.
What? Like, for real? Oh, come on.
You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly.
Those mashed potatoes you made in class today.
Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them.
They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with.
Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him.
Colonel Sanders?
Yes, bitch.
There's something I need to tell you.
Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first.
Oh, jeez.
You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights.
We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star.
Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story.
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that.
I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh.
Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero.
Okay. I don't remember this part.
The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero.
I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds.
How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level?
Be afraid. Be very afraid of me. Because I'm a monster, see?
Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence?
But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do?
Oh. Okay. Look at this old-ass Final Fantasy-looking menu. Attack.
You decide to go on the attack.
I'm in danger.
We'll see. We'll see if I'm in danger. Which attack will you use? That's the one, I guess. Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Out of how many, though? Yo, this battle theme also kind of goes hard. Worked last time, right? Cook with Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. So literally the telltale, like, Spork Monster will remember this. Spork Monster is feeling really threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? I feel like maybe I should defend whatever he's about to do. I'll defend. Also, what the fuck? He can just do like a spirit bomb like Goku? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening, this is not happening!" Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. But I already did what I could. Oh, ew. Spork Monster's oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. Wonder who's going to have to clean that up.
The anatomy of this thing is disgusting and crazy. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge.
Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here.
Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Alright, hold on, let me... Pot Pie Power Pinch!
Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated.
You saved me.
An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night.
Oh, I don't know. Colonel Sanders would want mercy, I think. Right? I feel like that makes sense. And if I'm wrong, then he'll just kill him anyway.
You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath.
Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow.
I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said.
The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magical spells with a golden chicken on the cover.
Yo, we unlocked magic.
You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko.
Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar.
Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly.
Good night, my Colonel.
In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird.
Oh, he's a ghost still. Even in my dreams, that guy died.
You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Thank God. Can you imagine if she liked Pop instead? Horrible. Horrible that would have been.
Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school?
No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade.
Did I read that right? Yeah, he was the convertible that he rode. Okay.
I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
I wouldn't say we're taking it slow.
You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school. The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real.
Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients?
Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here?
Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing.
So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals.
Yo, it is cocaine. I was right.
And that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch. You know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders.
What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I'm not telling her shit. You fucking serious, bro? That's a surefire way to get set up for some prime anime drama. I'm gonna make up some fake shit.
You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about...
It was Pepsi. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do?
Eye of Newt. Wow.
Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on.
You know, Eye of Newt is just like an old-timey way to say mustard seed.
However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school.
Ooh, stand back and admire it or run to him. We gotta run to him. Can't let him get away.
You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good.
Oh, Colonel, my Colonel!
However, your sudden movements surprise the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face.
Bro, that's fucked up. Oh, did I die?
Ooh, bitch, I am here to deliver you a message.
Not this guy.
It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is...
Yo, he's Beetlejuice.
But before he can continue, you're suddenly awake.
Ah, jeez.
You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk?
Ooh. Freaky. I want to lean in for a kiss, but I feel like that's the wrong option. That seems like I'll probably be in trouble for that. So we didn't lose? Not yet.
Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy.
That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face.
That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore.
And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding it, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming.
Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
I feel like if I tell them to stop being immature, they're just gonna continue to be immature. So let me try this one.
You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse.
It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn.
Now you've upset them.
Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. Yo, what up, chemist? Welcome in. I gotta remember to take more drinks. My throat's gonna start getting into that Steve Bloom sort of range.
Hey, Jet.
Oh my god, does Ashley have chicken thigh stockings? Honestly, I gotta say, for the evil group of the game, they do look pretty good. I was gonna try and hide this box, but I don't think I can. Ah yes, my mere presence reminds hydration. Genuinely, that could have been it. Like, I felt like, oh man, I should take a drink, but also, like, could have just been you.
You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster.
That's the same book that I found last night in the quad.
Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret.
You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
Oh. when it says potato skins, does it mean like the actual food potato skins with like cheese and bacon, or do they just mean like the peels of a potato?
We're playing.
I hate pop. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts!
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
Bzzzt.
Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer.
No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room.
Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right?
Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Van Van reminds me of an evil Johnny Bravo. You're not wrong. I don't know. I mean, regular Johnny Bravo's a little weird in some ways. He's maybe not the most like respectful guy, I would say. But an evil Johnny Bravo, I mean, I don't know. Instead of wearing regular glasses, sunglasses, he wears regular glasses. He's definitely on the spectrum. He's on something. Dude, he's like someone who's constantly on ecstasy. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Yo, that's not something a teacher should be doing, even if he is a dog.
Down, boy, down! Auftoppen!
Why is he fucking German all of a sudden? That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do.
Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, bitch.
Naturally, this appears to you to be a simple platter. Which item do you want to sample? Glass of water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit. It's a good question. I mean, the dog biscuit... I don't know. I feel like it's either the dog biscuit or the pepper. But I feel like if I eat the dog biscuit, the bitches of the class are just gonna, like, point and laugh and be like, he ate the dog food. But if I eat the pepper, then maybe I'll be like, oh, it's too spicy. I don't know. I'm gonna go for the pepper.
A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat.
That's what I thought. Oh my god, am I gonna die again?
The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe.
My friend, ooh.
This guy again?
I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry. I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy... You must...
You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness.
Aw, man.
You come to and find everyone is staring at you.
Teacher's mad at me.
That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on, it's time for lunch.
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared
via timed competitive cook-off.
The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts.
Step up and tell them you're on.
A bit of lunchtime competition, eh?
Oh, that's me. Whoops. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh?
Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it.
I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool!
Good one, Van. I like your gumption, bitch. I'll be watching your performance.
Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. No, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Arrgh!
I stand corrected.
The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away.
Can I ask a VA question? What does 160 over 90 in your VA credits for commercials mean? Oh, so that was like the company that I worked for that. It was the client. 160 over 90, I don't know if there were some kind of middleman who made those promo things, but they were the ones who hired me to do all the stuff for like Stars and, you know, HBO and whoever else is on there. But they were just like training videos, so it was all internal stuff that never saw the light of day. Unless I guess you worked at one of those companies. Okay.
And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now's my chance to shine.
Yo, whoever designed these characters understood exactly what people were looking for in anime. Look at that thigh squish. She looks like she has fucking robot legs because it's so segmented.
I will defeat you myself.
Oh, hell yeah. Another dank theme.
You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly.
But I just did mashed potatoes. Why am I doing them again? Alright. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees Celsius.
That's right. But how would you have even gotten into this school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
See, they're an acolyte of Thideology. Exactly.
You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea.
How many herbs and spices did he say used? 11. Everybody knows that.
That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction.
And really, as long as we have cocaine as the secret ingredient, that's probably the most important one. Tail wagging intensifies. No. Okay, that's not him.
Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft.
What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. Phew. That was a pure guess.
That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley's simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness it, so where do you come from?
Small town where big dreams are born.
That's right. This is your shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Arrgh! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success?
No, it's wrong. What? I guess it maybe was sizzling. But like when you cook like fried chicken, it's in bubbling oil. I don't know. That feels like bullshit.
Don't make me get the spray bottle. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye.
I believe in you, bitch.
He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing.
Thanks for the hydrate.
Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders.
How many spoonfuls of gravy? What? Fuck? What? Oh, okay, those were all fake answers anyway. Okay, that's fine.
What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take?
What a hunk!
I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind.
Sorry, I forgot the question. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley's already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but bitch does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed.
Bro, there's no fucking way the people at KFC are hand mixing that dough. If anything, I'm just probably making it as accurate as possible.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way.
When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed.
Bitch, no!
But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match.
Jesus fuck. I just wanted to go to lunch, and now I'm crippled? This is terrible.
Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Bitch's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
What did I miss? Our hands are... One of our hands is crippled. Everybody is horrified because we used a stand mixer to mix our biscuit dough. That's about it. We've been humiliated by Ashley, so that's cool. I don't know that there was a way for me to not end up losing that, by the way. Which is it's a bummer, but... Okay.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Bitch to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within.
Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know how long we were cooking, but the fact that I got to partially made biscuit dough and she made all of that, I mean, that's ridiculous. To be fair, I feel like the actual dessert would probably be kind of bad. That sounds Sounds like way over the top and kind of gross, but it does look cool.
Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you?
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache.
Internalize the rage you feel? Nah, fuck that. We're getting right in the middle. If anyone's gonna kiss that chocolate off the mustache, it's me.
You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back.
No. Colonel, why?
This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later.
Game over? What the fuck? Colonel Sanders wants only perfection. Jesus. Aw, bro. Gotta go through all this shit again? Alright, whatever. I can make up for the mistakes of the past. Try sizzling. What? God damn it.
Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone.
Damn. That feels like a lost state in itself.
The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out.
I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef.
Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before?
That's exactly what I think.
Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight.
What the fuck? Colonel Sanders used to be like a mobster, maybe?
And I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived. For a while, anyhow.
Holy shit.
I didn't know.
People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been.
Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give.
I guess it makes sense why he's got that fucking pimp cane now.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion.
One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Oh, Pop. Came in to fucking ruin everything.
Yay!
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst.
Borko?
It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode.
Yo, why was Pop there for 1 second? What the fuck was that?
I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see.
What?
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
Dude, that's fucked up.
A magic spellbook?
Precisely. I'd procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile.
Borko, eat Pop and put him out of our misery. Not the worst idea. It's a win-win. Borko gets food. Pop gets murdered.
If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Bitch, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him.
Yo, he's got a fucking nice place. He does not need to be in this school. He's already got the money for this. He could definitely start one chicken restaurant at the very least. Also, look at this picture of him as a baby with the goatee. That's funny. And just a picture of him on a camel for some reason. Also, whose ashes do we think these are?
It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining.
Ronald McDonald. That'd be fucked up.
Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close.
Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing.
It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps?
Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret, just for you?
I mean, he shared with me a secret, so I think I should probably share my secret as well.
You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day.
I present to you my original coleslaw.
Not the fucking music swell at coleslaw. That's funny.
The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway.
Magnificent!
Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment.
You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy.
Sure, why not?
Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
Southern fine dining is a thing. Indeed.
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping.
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble.
Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel.
Yo, there's a lot. Okay. Alright, what do you guys want to see me poke? Because I don't know how many of these we get to actually look at. I am leaning towards the ashes, the camel picture, and whatever that is on the... is that a comb? Maybe the comb? I don't know. Alright. Oh.
You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures."
Poor guy.
So what's in... did he, like, burn down buildings for the ashes?
You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real.
Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive.
A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Suits. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt.
Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices?
Whoa. So that's gonna be... it's gonna be us leaving, I'm sure. So we'll just hit it all. There's honestly something weirdly thematic about this, about the simplicity of home-style food triumphing over bourgeois food. A weirdly populist message out of a corporation, but that's Adorno and Horkheimer for you. Yeah, I mean, definitely it helps KFC to play into that, like, oh no, the home-style thing is better, because that's what we serve. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle.
Who frames a baby picture of just themselves?
Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, they don't. That's not at all what this picture is. The fuck are they talking about? You look closely and see that there's a short inscription.
I wonder who my friend Pete is.
Gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of Student pops up.
Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something?
You open the window a crack, and the ghost of Student is swept out with a breeze. Damn. This dude's fucked up. Scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's methamphetamine. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? It cannot. That'll get you real sick. So he's definitely not 19, or he's just a living legend like Brahm. Hard to say. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. Fucking music swells. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you.
Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off! Decide that now is your moment and make a big move. Tell him you're cold, fess up and tell the truth. I want to make a big move, but I feel like telling him we're cold is probably like the way to go, because it'll be like, oh, well, if you're cold, then, you know, come closer to me. But we're gonna go big or go home, right? Ah. Whoa, 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 this isn't that kind of game. Not that we blame you for trying. But still. Game over. Damn it. Game over for trying to be too horny. Although, honestly, I was just trying to go for a kiss, so, maybe it's the game who's got the problem. Just gotta get through all this. Alright. Tell him you're cold.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up.
Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. Vulcan's back from breakfast with mac and cheese. Ooh, nice. Very, very thematically appropriate for this.
It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer?
Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook.
I should be home studying.
Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself.
Colonel?
Yes, bitch.
I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful.
I'm gonna come.
I mean, look at him. I don't blame you.
I think you're right. We should take things slow.
You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway.
Yo, we slept over. Ah, hell yeah, dude.
Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about, methamphetamines. In some jurisdictions, methamphetamine isn't even legal. But if the recipe's a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say that we're the perfect match?
How presumptuous!
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery?
Take him down a peg or flatter him. Peg him or flatter him? Hard to say. I don't know. I feel like he appreciates the truth, but he also doesn't want to be, like, humiliated, you know? We'll flatter him.
You know, I think we might make a great team.
A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window.
And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
She's probably wondering why you've ignored her the entire time you've been at school.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night.
Yo, she got laid with Clank.
I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay. I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date!
I think I can believe that.
Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But then he bought me dinner, and you know, you kinda have to give it up after that point. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say skydiving, as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear.
And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers.
It tells you to move on from this and from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on... Bitch. Hell nah. Focus on school, my ass. I'm gonna marry Colonel Sanders and be the chicken empire.
If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact.
I thought it was gonna be like, though he himself probably deserves it.
Because, you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
I was expecting bitch to say jeepers.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
We finally lost our best friend, and all it took was ignoring her the entire game. Oh, you know what? I just figured out why she has such attention to detail on her thighs. And they're like, you know, thick and juicy. Because chicken, you can buy chicken, you can buy thighs at KFC. That's why. That makes sense.
Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school?
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, bitch, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're twisting my words.
Oh, that's wrong.
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it.
You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever!
Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something's been going on.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Bitch, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her?
But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
Yo, they're like, it's not that kind of game, and then they're writing that kind of shit? That seems pretty suggestive.
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Excuse me, bitch. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
It's the best name to choose.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel?
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, bitch.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news.
I think that was supposed to be What's That Book? But, whatever.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out.
You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page.
I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out.
Alright, so here's the dilemma. I feel like the story of this game is we are supposed to cast the spell so we forget him and then fall in love with him again. I feel like if we don't do it, then we'll just like stay resentful and we won't end up with him, right? Does that make sense? I'm gonna cast the spell.
You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words, and the only effect it seems to have is to make you forget what it is you were doing. Oh, right. After looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you.
Alright, let's try that again. Okay, so it's just this. Yeah, alright. Fine. Well, it looks like it's doing something.
Hold on to your butt.
Oh.
You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment.
Did this just start the game over? It just started the game over. Wow. Wow. Wow, fuck you. Oh my god. Are you serious? Bro. Oh my god. Well, they fucking got me. Okay. We can get through this. We'll get through this quick. That's crazy. It's especially crazy that it wouldn't have like a save automatically for that, because that's fucked up, man. Okay. Alright, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna go get another drink, because I have run out. I will let you guys hang out to some music, and I will run the ad so we don't get interrupted at the end, and then we will come back. I'll skip ahead. So yeah, back in a second. Until then, enjoy the music. Alright. I've gotten us back to where we are. So now we're good. Alright, don't cast the spell.
You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly.
Dogs can be rather unpredictable. Wait to see what happens.
Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and then runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Terence! I told you to never come back here, Terence! I will destroy you, Terence!
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terence?
You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again!
After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone.
I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, bitch, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see...
But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class.
Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks.
I told you to save it for after class! You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care.
Can't whistle. That's the sad beep. Clank begins to shudder.
Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks.
Beep. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank.
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from.
In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay.
Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was, unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk.
Hey, Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone?
Her tiny Coco is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy.
I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City.
I mean, I'm going with Colonel Sanders, so... Imagine your friend says that. They're like, you and me, we got this. We're gonna stay together and it's gonna be great. And then when it comes time for the final exam, they leave you for some dude. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow.
Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will. A test of courage. A test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Bitch's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders.
Bitch, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam.
Oh, just taking it all in. I don't
know why I keep going back to that voice.
Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory.
The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you.
Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious.
You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you.
Alright. I mean, I gotta fess up, because otherwise we're just gonna burn my dish.
Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing.
I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards.
Yep, we are all caught up.
That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man.
You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell?
Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else.
Oh no, is it burning?
No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out.
The moment of truth.
Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day.
There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. Tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe trademark, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
Warsh? Like fucking... He really is a grandpa saying warsh.
Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend baster blaster.
Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Let's rock and roid.
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed.
Shallow personality spatula.
Even Clank gets in on it.
5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique.
Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English?
It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct.
Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic?
You know, they killed Clank. They might have just kept Clank from killing himself. Do it the hard way. If there's anything I've learned, it's that you gotta do it the hard way.
Who needs magic when you've got passion?
I'm going to do it the hard way.
Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room.
I believe in you, bitch.
Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, bitch, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you.
Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
When did we know this person? Before we came to school here, I guess?
Oh, that's sweet, but...
Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's the secret ingredient.
However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Pepsi from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
God damn it.
It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster.
Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind?
Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh?
Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there.
Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up...
You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck!
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Hell yeah, we gotta summon the extra power.
I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win!
Holy shit, it literally is Super Saiyan. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, bitch, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me.
The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out.
You interrupted my inspiring monologue! Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery!
You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful, because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear bitch. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support.
I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches.
He steps up to your station and stands right beside you.
Okay, so how does this make sense? Because, like, this is supposed to be a test of our cooking skills. How is everyone just allowed to help me?
I'm here to help.
All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it.
But, Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules?
Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart.
What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on.
He's just carrying around chicken in a towel?
And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts.
Are you suggesting?
If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union.
Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying.
It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down... Pop, get down from there right now!
Let me guess. Did Van Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
Oh, somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects.
4? Because there's Van, me, Colonel Sanders, Miriam, and then Ashley. Maybe it's 4 in dog students.
Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, Chef.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
That looks good. It does look good. It's a little small for my liking, but it does look good. Gotta admit.
Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine. I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, bitch, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up.
It was made with so much love that one drop tastes like a million soups. Yeah, it's the exact anime thing where it's like, I'm only using 1% of my power. But it's, it's completely overwhelming.
Now, describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in an X-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Please, be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
My tongue!
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
This isn't even the quality of the food, but simply because it's over the top. Yeah, I mean, if you can't get to the food, I suppose that's a good reason to fail somebody.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat?
Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour?
Don't discount sympathy.
This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. Yes, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue.
Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish.
I made Orange Blossom Turkish Delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
Again, it looks very cool. That dessert sounds like ass. I don't want to eat that. It sounds terrible.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
So she only makes desserts? It would seem so.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, bitch? I told you it's a display piece.
It adds so much intensity, the name bitch. It's just like, what, you got a fucking problem, bitch?
Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up.
You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you.
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
Oh, if this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs?
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese
has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win.
Actually looks good even if I'm not a mac and cheese guy. Man, I could go for some mac and cheese. So Ashley and Van Van pass? It's a good question, because fuck those guys. They shouldn't pass.
Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is completed and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
Oh my god.
DJ Dog is in the house! Ow, ow! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains.
This really does feel like Monster Prom. Put some elbow grease in that house. What was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Is all this free entertainment not good enough for you? Considering that I already had to do like 2 hours of real recording earlier, plus all of this, plus I woke up or I haven't slept today, really. I got like 5 hours of sleep. Yeah, I'm not giving it 100% anymore. Alright, I am tired.
For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws.
What's up, Ether?
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone's together...
It's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Okay.
Glad to see you too, Ether. It's been a minute.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Ah, that's why. Oh, now I get it.
And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank who has arrived late to the dance.
Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What?
What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear that she's managed to surpass you in that regard.
I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Howdy, classmates.
A very dressed down look for him.
Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor.
Bitch, what are you doing sitting all alone?
So has he made a restaurant yet? I don't know. It's impossible to tell.
Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yes, I would love to.
As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off.
Thanks a lot.
And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, bitch.
Yo, Bernie Boo? Thank you for following. Very much appreciated.
How sweet. We'll work together and play together.
Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
Bernie Boo's my cousin. Ah, very cool. Welcome in. Any cousin of Ether's is a cousin of mine. Or something.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward?
Bro. What?
Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur?
I suppose I could enroll at pastry school.
Oh, my dear bitch, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side.
The end.
Nice. Oh god. It's about to be loud as shit. Okay. Alright. Okay. So that is I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Honestly, the ending was kind of a surprise. Maybe I fucked up somewhere along the way and like didn't get his approval as a chef or something. But I think it's a good way to write that, where it's like, maybe you don't have to do everything professionally together too. You can just like have your separate jobs and your separate lives and then be together at home, you know? That's probably the healthier way to do it. I kind of want chicken. Well, that's probably the exact reason they made that game, is so people would be like, all of a sudden, I really want some chicken, but I don't know why. All right. So, it's gonna do it for today. I need to go rest my voice. Yo, Mason Nightwolf, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Thank you a lot. Friday, we will be back for Zenless, the new Zenless stuff. And then after Zenless, back to God of War, I think, is the plan. Yeah. Although I also think I'm coming up on another sponsorship that I can potentially do, so I might do a sponsored stream. Either way, Zenless is the next thing we're doing. So if you want to see that, be here Friday for the new stuff. All right, now let's raid out. And we've been raiding new people. We've been raiding new people for a while, so let's do somebody we know. Let's raid Stella. It's been a minute since we've raided her, so we'll do that. All right. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for the follows, the subs, all of that stuff, the hype train. It is very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you all in 2 days. So